guys, what is up? My name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and welcome to today's video, which is my TBR for the Everbloom Read-a-thon, which is year 1, semester 2. If you are new here, my name is Megan, and back in September 2024, I started this read-a-thon called Everbloom Academy. We are back with semester 2 for the month of February. It spans the entire month. If you are interested in joining, it is not too late. I will leave the information in the cards, and playlist is also going to be in the description for you guys. But I am here today to talk about the books that I'm going to try to read for this read-a-thon, and I'm so excited to share my TBR because I think it's a solid one. So let's get into it. Starting off with the basic classes, I'm going to try to do all 5 basic classes just like you guys. So the first class is Arcane Ethics 201, which is to read a book with significant character growth. For that, I am going to go with Fireborn by Aisling Fowler. This is a book I've already read, but it is the buddy read for this round if you want the extra credit. This is it. Fireborn is kind of like a Viking-inspired middle grade story set in a cold setting. It has a lot of character growth for both the main character and the side characters as well. And in this book, we follow a character who goes on a quest to find another young girl who has been missing in her village. It is wonderful, and it is a start of a trilogy. I read the first book, but never followed up with a series, so I thought it was time to refresh my brain, read it with you guys so that I can keep going with the remainder of the series. The live show for this will be on March 2nd. It's already set up on my channel, as are all the other live shows and reading sprints for Everbloom. I'm so excited for it to start. So that is book number 1. For Geography of Everbloom, which the prompt is to read a book from a different country than yours, or like an author set from a different country than yours. Why am I talking so weird? For that, I am going with Adia Kelbar and the Circle of Shamans by E.C. Hendricks. This is actually my Sprinkle of Magic book club pick for February, so it's kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone with this one. This works for this prompt because the author is actually Nigerian American. I am Canadian, so just the American part would work, but the fact that the author is Nigerian I think is even more amazing and is going to add so much richness to this book. Really excited about it, and again, yeah, it's for the book club, so there will be a lot of my thoughts regarding this book happening in February. It's a short middle grade, it's a fantasy one as well. That's all I can tell you guys about it right now. History of Magic is to read a book featuring one of the 5 types of magic I mentioned in that video explaining all the prompts. I am choosing to go with a book that has elemental magic, and that is Skandar and the Chaos Trials by A.F. Stedman, the 3rd book in the Skandar series. I still haven't gotten to it. Will not get to it in January, I think, so it's safe to put it on here. Skandar has to do with the 4 elements like water, earth, all of those, so it definitely works for this prompt. And I'm getting ready for August when Skandar 5 releases, so this really needs to get done, and my goal here is to film a full spoiler-filled review for you guys as well to continue with my Skandar saga here on my channel. For Ancient Languages, the prompt is to read kind of a book that has little to no reviews, or a book published before 2020. I'm going with the avenue of little to no reviews. My radar is like if it has less than 1,000 reviews on Storygraph, it works, and for that I'm going with the Doomtown Dummies by Liam R. Findley. This is actually an art copy that I was sent last year to review and never got the chance to, unfortunately, so this is very much a priority because obviously the author spends money to send me their book, and I do think it's important to have my thoughts out there. This is a middle grade book, and again, it's indie published, so they don't get the most push, and I thought it was an excellent choice to put on this TBR. Plus it's short, and I can't wait to chat about this one with you guys as well. And for the last class in the basic classes, which is Magic Botany, which is to read a book with earthy tones, I'm going with Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. It has green, orange, it has water on there, which means blue. It fulfills the bill, and this I picked because it's part of my read-alongs for the year. I'm hosting a read-along for Percy Jackson in February. We are reading book 2, so again, 2 birds, 1 stone. For the electives, I'm doing one elective at it as it is the minimum requirement, and for that I'm going with the fortune telling classes, which is to read a 5-star prediction, and for that I am planning on unwrapping a 5-star prediction, which I have the full video including the 5-star predictions I have for 2025. I'll leave it somewhere for you guys, but I'm gonna unwrap one of them during a vlog or either a weekly reading vlog for Everbloom or its own vlog, and I'm gonna read it for you guys, so there will be an element of surprise there. So I don't exactly know what I'm gonna pick yet, but I'm really excited. And then for the departments, I am going to do one class per department because obviously I'm not affiliating myself with any department because I'm kind of like the headmaster of this read-along, read-a-thon. I keep mixing up both. So I picked one prompt per department, so technically I'm reading one more book than you would, but that doesn't really matter. So for the Department of Half-Truth and Full Cover-Ups, I chose the Memory Alteration class, which is to read a book that you were hyped about but then kind of forgot existed, so you never got around to it. And for that I'm going to use a self-destruct book. As you know, I am doing this challenge where every month I have wrapped up 12 books and unwrap a book that I put in my self-destruct list and make a reading vlog with it. So just like the 5-star predictions, I'm gonna unwrap that during the month of February to keep you guys in a little bit of suspense. But I'm really excited to be able to squeeze kind of two things together. Again, I'm getting good at meshing all of my challenges together. For the Department of Magical Studies, I decided to go with Phoenix Care, which is to read a book featuring phoenixes or has a red and or orange cover. For that, I'm going with Well of Ascension, which is the second book in the Mistborn series. This has orange tones to it. All the Mistborn new covers kind of have orangey tones, so it works for the challenge. Again, I have a Mistborn read-along happening for the First Era. Book 2 happens to need to be read in February, so 2 birds, 1 stone is pretty much my motto for Everbloom this round. Also, I said motto instead of motto. I apparently cannot talk anymore. And the last book I'm going to read is for the Department of Magical Studies. I chose the prompt Mapping Out the Megaverse, which is to read a sequel or a book in a companion novel series. And for that, I am going with Keepers of the Lost City Exile, which is book 2 in the Keepers of the Lost City series. This I'm reading, one, because I want to catch up with the series. It's part of my goals for 2025 to read series from start to finish. I'm really hoping book 10 ends up releasing this year because I don't want to do all this work to not complete the series. But either way, I think I'm going to enjoy myself. And this is also one of my books for the Buzzword reading challenge. I'm doing the cover challenge. Buzzword is hosted by Books and Lala. This is one of the books on there, so I get to check off extra little boxes. So those are all the books on my TBR. It's a pretty chunky one because technically we have these, we have Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, we have Mistborn 2. So those books, without the 2 books that I'm going to unwrap, equal 2,736 pages, and then I'm gonna add most likely another 600 or 700 pages to the stack. So it's gonna be a pretty busy and chunky month, and that is not counting my Book Hive TBR for February, because yes, Book Hive will still be happening even though I am doing a separate TBR for Everbloom. My ideal is to try to combo as many of these books as possible, but in the past my TBRs have not always been the most kind or the most flexible, so we'll see how many books I end up with on my TBR for February. But technically all of these and all of Book Hive will be priorities because technically my goal is to read at least 50% of all my Book Hive TBRs, plus I need to read all of these for my own read-a-thon. So wish me the best of luck. If you guys are participating, if you have any videos that you are posting for Everbloom, don't forget to tag me and my channel. I will obviously watch them. If you don't create content but have a TBR set, either share it in the Discord or share it with me in the comments. I'm so curious to see what people are going to be picking for this read-a-thon because people were already busy making their TBRs once I posted the announcement video. So I'm super curious to see how on the ball you guys are. Also let me know which book you think I'm going to like most out of my stack. And yeah, that's it. I am so excited for February 1st. I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye guys, happy reading.